Right guys, this is if your sun, moon or rising is in Pisces. Love and relationships for the 18th to the 24th of May. Let's see what's coming in for you Pisceans. Well, issues to do with give and take. The balance of give and take being a bit off here. Developments or waiting for developments, and the balance of give and take is off. Thinking about maybe contact if you are a bit estranged from somebody here. Lots of sweet tender feelings still for someone, but a negative turn of the wheel, which could mean negative attention, no attention, or it's just not the right time, or things just don't feel fortuitous or lucky at the moment. Specifically if you are estranged from somebody here, Pisces, which I can see an energy of like, maybe I should keep walking, but it's really difficult, or I don't want to confront somebody about possibly having some time out here. So quite a bit coming in there. Let's have a little look, Pisces, at your person of interest and what they're feeling towards you. What does Pisces person of interest feel towards Pisces? Let's have a little look. All right, so let's have a little look at your person of interest's feelings towards you, Pisces. What are their feelings towards you, specifically between the 18th and the 24th of May? What is this person's feelings towards you, Pisces? Let's have a little look, my dears. Agitation, conflict, differences of outlook, opinion, trajectory, morals, ethics, outlook, even ethnicity could be different, or there's an internal conflict at an ego level with this person, but a lot of attraction still towards you. What else is this person feeling? Like they're not taking steps towards a secure situation here. They could be holding back and repressing with this reverse tower. We have the 5 of Cups, so that is restitution and getting over some kind of grief and loss here. So there is a recovery, but they're in conflict still and they don't feel safe, and there's either demise of a secure connection for this person towards you, Pisces. They don't feel like making any more sacrifices or surrendering, and there's an energy of indulgence or self-prioritization coming out here, Pisces, where I think this person wants to indulge in you but also wants to prioritize themselves is what I've got coming. Apologies, I had a message come up. So let's have a little look. There's also some kind of I've mentioned some kind of self-indulgence here, but also you're a bit of a wish fulfillment to this person. And I think they are holding out for either recovery or reconciliation here. Clarify the reverse 5 of Cups. Yeah, they still hold a cup of emotion for you, Pisces, most definitely. We've got the Queen of Cups coming out and the Page of Cups with this recovery and restitution. This getting over a loss, grief as well. I think there's a realisation that they're still holding on and perhaps a little bit battle weary as well, from the demise of a connection here. Anything else this person is feeling towards Pisces? Specifically between the 18th and the 24th of May. Hidden, clandestine, volatile, secretive. They're not too sure if you're avoiding them or you still care. I think they feel like you can push their buttons. And they're still romantically interested in you, Pisces, this person, even if they are a bit avoidant and not emotionally grounded, or they're perceiving you in that way. I think this person still holds a cup of emotion here and is just a bit swayed by the ebb and flow of their feelings. Anything else we can find out about how this person feels towards Pisces? That something doesn't feel right, non-respectful, and that there has been a parting of the ways, I think, for some of you. So this person, Pisces, feels that you're either parted in separation or a bit estranged here. And that they are either dealing with an avoidant or they are the avoidant. But there is, again, we've got some kind of recovery here. Something still feels unfair and unjust to this person. And I think it crosses their mind that they should keep walking here. Because there is some kind of recovery and restitution and restoration coming out here, but also not quite moving on. I'm getting a lot of avoidancy coming from this person in either how they're viewing you, Pisces, or their own behaviours. Clarify this 3 of Swords reversed. Recovery, reconciliation. This person wants to reconcile. Pisces, I do believe this person wants to reconcile, but they've become an avoidant. And so I think it's quite hard for them to bridge some kind of distance here, whether literal or metaphorical, with your connection. What does this person want? What does this person want from Pisces? What kind of connection do they want? You know, they want any interference eradicated. And they feel like your friendship is very questionable, and that would be something that would need to be addressed if you were to get back on the same page with one another here. They're not too sure if they want to explore their independence. I'm not saying that as well about any third person eradication here, or any kind of interference, and it doesn't have to be a person. They definitely want this curious energy. Let me just look at these cards a sec. This person wants a brand new beginning. And I think whatever they've gone through with their feelings for you, Pisces, I think they're scared. I think they're scared of not being fulfilled again emotionally. I think this person may be very cautious stepping into any new connections. Maybe they're very desirable. Maybe they've had interest. Maybe they've looked, especially if you've been in no contact or in some kind of estrangement here. So this is quite a specific message, and it won't resonate for all of you. But I think this person is concerned about stepping into an unsatiating, unhappy connection again. So I think that they have been open to exploring other energies here, or they think that you are. What's this person's intentions towards Pisces? To be clear, for communication, they haven't moved on. They intend to make a decision at some point, because there's not that healing is full healing is very questionable for this person. I think they oscillate between healing, and then, you know, healing's not linear. It's all over the place. So I think sometimes they feel restored, sometimes they don't. They're looking for a connection. And again, if something comes along that will feed them emotionally, they may be very cautious of it or want to step towards it, because this person wants a committed relationship. And they're not too sure if it's going to happen with you. I think they've lost a bit of faith, but they still have a lot of feelings for you, Pisces, is what's coming out here. But I think they've lost a lot of faith, and they're kind of in a bit of a flow state here. They're not grabby. And they know that at some point, I think they've got to make a decision with this reverse to clarify. It's a decision about whether this can be successful or not with the attention that you two are giving each other. And the runner-chaser energies that are obviously being shown. And the avoidance of anything dramatic here, any drama or any confrontation. So there's a stagnancy with this person, inertia. The grass is greener on the other side. They're looking at what they haven't got. And I think that's what this person's been going through. They're looking at what they haven't got, Pisces, as opposed to what they have got. And I think they're very cautious. They want you. They want something to do with this connection, Pisces, but they're extremely cautious. And I think that's because they're a bit unhealed. And they're still hurting about this situation a bit here, if that resonates for some of you. Let's get you some advice cards, Pisces. I haven't had time to get to your feelings, just the way it goes. It's organic. I read these cards organic. Let's have a look. I shall be posting no contact tomorrow, okay? No contact for all the zodiacs. Let's have a look. Couple of advice cards for Pisces here in this love and relationship situation. Don't burden yourself. There's a cup of love still here with something that has not passed and not ended. Or there's stubborn energies. Codependency, clarity. You can strive for clarity and truth. You can strive for that, Pisces. You can sail into a calmer place, even though you feel like you can't move on from this situation. Maybe it is about communication here. Maybe it is about getting refocused and realigned and getting yourself back on the tracks and considering proper communication with this person if you still want this connection, because it seems like something is not ending here, but it's all about moving towards better communication and not feeling so overwhelmed, Pisces.